Under the late great Sven-Goran Eriksson, Lazio experienced their golden era from 1998 to 2001, winning the Coppa Italia in 1998, UEFA Cup winners in 99, along with beating treble-winning Manchester United in the Super Cup in the same year, only to move on and win the Serie A title in the year 2000. This squad was stacked with legends at the time: Alessandro Nesta, Pavel Nedved, Juan Sebastian Veron, Diego Simeone, Mancini, and Crespo, to name a few. Since then, only 4 Coppa Italia trophies in 24 years, and not a single trophy in the past 6 years is reality at Lazio. Today, they find themselves in the 13th position in the Serie A with Sarri leading the team. My goal is now to bring back the golden era, replicate it to a level that represents those legends mentioned before, and start winning trophies again, and maybe even win the first Champions League trophy for Lazio. So let's begin by taking a look at Sarri's team. He sets up in a 4-2-3-1. In the past 2 games, that's what he has played, with Castellanos up top, a player I personally really like, supported by Dia. In midfield, we have big names like Guendouzi, former Arsenal player. In defense, we have Gila, who is one of the paciest centre-backs in the game. Provedel, who is an experienced goalkeeper at this stage. And talking about experience, this guy, Pedro, 38 years old. I still remember when he used to play for Chelsea and Barcelona. When it comes to youngsters, Nicolo Rovella is the key to success for us. 79 rated at this stage with an injury, but the 23-year-old has a bunch of great play styles on him, as you can tell. But that's pretty much it. Like, when we're talking highest potential player in this team, it's actually Guendouzi, who is 82 rated at this moment in time with a bunch of play styles, by the way, but his potential is 85. So he's the biggest talent we have as we speak. When it comes to youngsters, this team is really lacking. And obviously, we want to recreate the team, the great players and legends of the past. So every single one will be replaced by a player from their nation in the same or similar position that they used to play in. So let's begin that journey straight away, shall we? Having said that, we're actually already in October, and our budget is only 18 million euros, which is extremely laughable for a team like Lazio, in my opinion. And we're starting off in 13th. Clearly, there's still a long way to go until we can bring in those top players for the future of this club. First, let's try and make it to the top half of the league table this season, shall we? There's one big issue within this team, though, that I'm realizing just now, which might be the reason as to why they've been struggling this much. It is the fact that there are so many injuries. Marusic, injured. Going down. Rovella, Figo, Vecino, Pellegrini, Telebashiru, and Kamenovic, all injured. Whatever Sarri is doing in training, he needs to relax. So let's get back to the topic of the legends. On this right-hand side now, you'll see a list of them, which nationality they have, and what they used to play in. We are seeing from all the way at the top, Peruzzi, all the way down to Crespo. You see their positions, you see their nationality, and I'm going to go ahead and try and do exactly that in this team in the upcoming transfer windows. For example, for someone like Mihailovic, who used to be a left-footed centre-back with a rocket of a free kick on him, we want to bring in a Serbian centre-back into this team. And I already know who it is, and I think I can afford him straight away. RSC Anderlecht over in Belgium have brought out a talent. No. Simic is the talent we are going for as centre-back, formerly RSC Anderlecht, and currently on loan over in Saudi Arabia. We're signing him for 4 million, my friends. This is a Serbian centre-back who's supposed to replace Mihailovic of the past. Now, he's not going to take over straight away, that's clear, but Romagnoli is 30 years old, so we're going to have to replace him down the line anyways. He comes in onto our bench now at the age of 20, with not the greatest of stats, 6'1" tall with the bruiser playstyle. We're going to send him out on loan, and hopefully, when he does come back in, like, let's say 2 years' time, he can go straight into the starting 11 with at least like a 78 rating. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. But this guy's supposedly a huge talent, so it was the right choice, in my opinion, to make at this point in time. Now, when it comes to Crespo, we already have an Argentinian striker in Castellanos. So for now, we don't need to replace him. Maybe somewhere down the line, if he gets too old and not high-rated enough for us, we can make a change there. Now I made some changes. Sold Dia, Lazzari, Cataldi, Marusic, Vecino, and that means we have basically let go of a bunch of aging players, including Basic and also Patrick Wright here, which has taken our budget up to 53 million euros. So now for this guy to my right, Roberto Mancini, who used to play for Lazio, amazing kits by the way, I am signing Maldini. Yes, this is Paolo Maldini's son, who is playing professional football right now at Atalanta. He's moved away from AC Milan, and I've signed him for 14 million in this transfer window. Considering that Nesta, Paolo Maldini's partner for such a long time, used to play for Lazio, the connection there I kind of like. So Maldini now goes straight into that cam position. He takes over at the age of 24 with okay pace, shooting, passing, dribbling, 6'2" with the technical play style, but someone that we can build up for the future, and someone with a massive name as well. But we also have to admit that this formation doesn't work when we try to fit those legends in. 4-2-1-3 is going to go away inevitably, and the 3-5-2 formation is going to take over for us at some point. We're not there yet. Maybe I'll try and go for it straight away, but that could also mean bad returns this season in terms of trying to get into the top 10. Back in the day, Crespo had a partner next to him who was a Chilean striker in the name of Salas. So I have to find a Chilean striker right now. And well, that man is Pizarro, Damian Pizarro from Udinese, who we are signing right now, my friends. He is a 68 rated striker, I believe, at this stage. 3 million I paid for him, and yes, he's a 67. He's going to be thrown into the deep end. I know I could bring in a high rated striker, but there are no Chilean strikers that are higher rated. So this is the guy. 6'2" tall, decent pace, okay shooting. We will have to build this guy up from scratch and turn him into a world-class player for this Lazio team, basically by force. Since I've actually now changed the formation to a 3-5-2, I'm basically letting go of all the fullbacks, including Nuno Tavares. Actually managed to sell him for about 25 million. And some more players were sold, taking us up to 63 million in total again. In that back three for Lazio back in the day, we also had Fernando Couto, a Portuguese centre-back who we will have to find now for the new team as well. And so I was thinking, let's find a player who knows how to play in a back three. Eduardo Quaresma is now joining into our team. No, he cannot do the Trivela, but this guy is going to be big for us. At Sporting, obviously, with especially Amorim and stuff, they used to play three at the back. I don't know how they're playing right now. I believe they should be playing three at the back still. But anyways, he's now walking into our team at a rating of 78. Which is one of the biggest signings. He takes over the right centre-back position with 83 pace and really good defensive stats. 6 foot tall with 3 very good play styles for a centre-back. So I'm really excited about how this team is coming together right now to revive those legends of Lazio. Now, this man next to me is, of course, Simeone, and my friends, we have found him in the game now for us in the name of Ezequiel Fernandez. Simeone obviously used to be a defensive midfielder, and Ezequiel Fernandez is exactly that for 13.1 million. We're signing the new signing of Leverkusen, so to say. He's going to be the defensive part of our midfield. The next one, who represents Veron, needs to be like a box-to-box a bit more, so this is definitely Simeone. Eki, welcome into the squad at a 75 rating. Now, obviously, that means he cannot take over Guendouzi or Rovella right now, but somewhere down the line, he needs to be a starting 11 player, and that is something I'm looking forward to with him, and also Simic, of course. And now, for the first time, we're going to step onto the pitch against our rivals, AS Roma. Can we beat them? Well, that is a good question, because we started off incredibly well. Pizarro putting Mancini on the ground, and here goes Maldini's pass to Castellanos. The first goal in this Roma derby comes from Lazio, and Castellanos seemingly has scored 20 goals already this season. This is right at the last game of the season, by the way. But AS Roma played some incredible football and made their way through, but Provedel has proven himself big time there, as now Kone takes control, finds El Ainaoui. Ainaoui over to Soule, and that is an unreal first-time finish I wish I could score finesse shots like that. But Rovella finds Pizarro again, who wants to get one in. Svilar is sent flying. Right before halftime, the ball was moving so quickly, I couldn't even react. We're 2-1 down. 63rd minute, good tackle. Zaccagni straight away into Maldini. Maldini finds Castellanos. He's now through. He could equalize. He doesn't, but Pizarro, the low-rated Chilean striker, has had a huge impact on this game already. 85th minute. Again, Maldini. He finds the space as they play an offside trap. Castellanos scores in true Crespo fashion. 21 goals so far this season. And with that, a huge comeback victory in the Derby della Roma. And now that we've taken AS Roma's soul in that big derby they thought they had won, we come back to earth in the 9th position with 60 points. So clearly there is still a lot of room to improve. And in terms of goal scoring, well, Castellanos is doing his best to be the Crespo of this team. 22 goals in 38 appearances is amazing to see considering we finished 9th. And I'm also very impressed by Pizarro, who has gone all the way up to a 70 already. Maldini was great in gameplay. I really enjoyed him there. Defensively, we have some issues for sure, but this Lazio team for now has been a lot of fun, and I want to make it even better. But clearly, Castellanos is the only one carrying this squad, as the rest of the team has only 2 players with over 10 goal contributions. This season, we only have about 33 million to spend, but now I'm selling a bunch of players, including Guendouzi for 63 million to Dortmund, Zaccagni over to AC Milan for 52 million, and Isaksen to Brighton for 23.2, making us a rich club with over 153 million in the budget. And with the goal of fixing the left midfield position, the right midfield position, the CDM spot with Eki Fernandez is now overtaken already, so we can focus on getting the best of the best. That man to my right is Conceição, the former Porto and AC Milan manager, as he used to play for Lazio. I want his replacement, and there's no better than his actual son. Conceição is now joining into our team to play down that right-hand side as his father used to do and whip those crosses on top of our Crespo Castellanos. So this is one of the bigger deals so far. 51 million I basically paid for Francisco Conceição, a former Porto talent who currently plays for Juventus. He's an attacking midfielder but can easily play in that right midfield position too, replacing Cancellieri in this starting 11, which I'm very excited about. But here he comes. Conceição takes over that spot. He has 90 pace, decent shooting, passing, amazing dribbling, with 3 play styles are gonna come in very handy. I'm so excited. The fact that we have his son in this team is just perfection. His dad used to have number 14. I'm gonna give him number 14 as well. Actually, I've now gone through and given all these players their numbers. For example, Couto's replacement Quaresma has the number 5 as Couto used to. Simic has the number 11 as Mihailovic used to have that as well. So I'm gonna do this for all these players. When it comes to the left midfield position, Pavel Nedved used to be great for Lazio. This is the blonde angel of Juventus just before he moved to Juve. So what did I do? I found a Czech player who is blonde. Karabek is now joining into our team, and I believe he has blue eyes as well. So pretty much a copy of Nedved. Adam Karabek, who currently plays for Lyon, is now joining into our team for a very, very small amount of money. He comes in as a right midfielder, okay? Which means, basically, if we train his weak foot, he can easily play on that left wing for us. Karabek comes in with some decent stats as well. 23 years old, very well-rounded, 6'2", with the technical play style. So, Nedved acquired. Ruined that part. Good job, Johnny. You're really professional. Stand up and leave. You're bad at this. And next to me now is Nesta, the Italian centre-back who at AC Milan obviously was incredible next to Maldini, but before that he had a career too at Lazio. And he is looking incredible in that shirt. Back in the day, the Serie A, honestly, had some of the best shirts in my opinion. And because he was a long-haired Italian centre-back, Calafiori was the only one that really ever made sense. Calafiori, welcome back to Italy, my friend. for 41.5 million. He is going to become our left-sided centre-back at a rating of 81, replacing Romagnoli. So Romagnoli will be sold. We're going to cash in on him as Calafiori will come in. Down the line, Simic will take over the centre-back position in the centre. Now, I guess we need to find an Italian goalkeeper to replace Provedel with, or we can just put Provedel into the deal to make the most of it. Because this giant to my right used to be Lazio's goalkeeper. Italian goalkeeper named Peruzzi. He is looking very strong, isn't he? How did this guy move in goal? He looks like a bodybuilder. So I guess the big man we have to sign is going to be Elia Caprile. This guy is playing for Cagliari right now, was the backup goalkeeper at Napoli for a while and has had enough. So he comes in for money plus our goalkeeper Provedel at a much lower rating. So technically we probably should be expecting a bad season this time around, but hopefully Castellanos can carry us. He is 6'3" tall. He has the far throw, cross claimer, and deflector. And I truly believe we have made the right decision there. We are now looking at a team that is fully filled with players that were legends in the past, apart from the Rovella position, which needs to become the Veron position. And we're looking at Gila, who needs to be replaced with Mihailovic's regen, so to say, which is, of course, Simic. But that might take a little while. And for me to let go of Rovella, that's going to be a tough one. But at some point, I'll do it. It's going to happen. But until then, let's see. I actually now loaned out Simic to make sure he gets playtime somewhere else until he makes it into our team. Now, this season, I want to test myself against Napoli, who are currently leading at the top of the league. And this was not going to be easy. However, our squad started off beautifully. Maldini tried his luck in the 48th minute. Then we attacked again at the beginning here of the second half, hitting the woodwork and showcasing that we can be quite a good team. And, well, up until this point. 63rd minute, Lukaku steps up and scores for Napoli and does a celebration which I highly doubt he can actually do in real life. Rovella over and beautiful football. It still isn't enough. We are losing this game against Napoli, showcasing how weak we are at this stage. This time we actually managed to finish in the 8th position, 57 points. So once again, not really that much progress right here for our team, but at the same time, we did downgrade in a lot of positions, I guess. So to go in at the end of the season and realize that Pizarro, for example, has gone up to a 75, and that Conceição has gone all the way up to an 86, with our defense now looking very decent as well, I know for a fact that next season we're going to have a much better performance, especially when I do start replacing the players on the bench as well. Because obviously, the Lazio team of the past was not just about the starting 11. They had some decent backups too. And up next is Juan Sebastian Veron, who best could be his replacement for this team. Ideally, it would have been Enzo Fernandez, but I can't afford him, so Alan Varela is the one we have chosen for the replacement of Veron. This man used to play for Boca Juniors and then moved over to Porto, obviously. Has been linked to many teams since his move there. And he comes in at an 84 rating, which means Rovella now actually becomes a bench player. I cannot believe I'm actually saying that. But Varela comes in, he's injured. Hopefully not for too long. Has some really good stats, specifically defensively, and his dribbling is looking decent too. He has the dead ball, incisive, block, slide tackle, aerial fortress, press proven. He can basically do it all, moving forward and also defensively. So I guess somewhat he's actually perfect as a replacement. Well, it seems like Lazio had a centre-back named Paolo, and then the rest you can see for yourself. I'm obviously not going to say that. But that means we can go in and bring in an Italian centre-back as a backup into this team right now. I've now sold Dele Bashiru and Cancellieri to take my budget back up to around 40 million, so that now I can bring in Paolo, his regen, into our team. This is Italian centre-back Mattia Vitti, who's going to be representing him. 8.8 million we paid for this man, who currently in real life plays for Fiorentina. He's going to be a great backup for our squad, I would assume. So Vitti comes in at a 75 with two decent play styles, 6'3" tall. Should be quite useful. In case you didn't know, Dejan Stankovic was a monster at Lazio. And funnily enough, just like Conceição, his son Alexander Stankovic is currently playing for Club Brugge. These people were not just great players themselves, their offspring are doing a great job too. 7 million we're bringing him into the squad as a midfielder. I'm very happy that we now have Stankovic and Conceição in here. And of course, we have Maldini's son, who obviously didn't play a part at Lazio, but still the connection to Nesta and all that. So this is pretty fun, I have to admit. This is something I didn't expect. Maybe at some point I should be recording a video where I only use the sons of actual football players and put them all into a team and rebuild that way. Let me know if you guys want to see that in the comments down below. But Stankovic comes in with some decent stats, and he has some really good playstyles, especially the dead ball specialist, which I believe you must have from his father. Lazio had a backup striker in the name of Claudio Lopez, who you can see right next to me right here, who's an Argentine. And so I've gone for Veliz, the Tottenham talent who's currently loaned out at Rosario. And this is someone that a lot of people thought could be big straight away at Tottenham. Didn't work out. He now comes into our team for 13.1 million. And he becomes the backup to Castellanos, or Crespo should I say. He doesn't necessarily have a lot of pace, but great shooting, 6'1" tall with great physicality and no play styles, but that's okay. Now we have filled our bench with a bunch of players who have a connection to those legendary times as well. Finally, Lazio is about to make their first attempt at winning a trophy. The Coppa Italia is on the line against AC Milan. And of course, I had to give it my all. 14 minutes in, Castellanos is through, and it's already 1-0. Beautiful finish from him, but this passing play was something that I really rediscovered for myself now on this game. And we are through again with our Pavel Nedved-like Karabek. And he makes it 2-0. Well, AC Milan with Modric actually responded nicely. Rabiot scores the goal, 2-1. This game was not over yet, and they had another chance and another straight after. It is now 3-2, my friends. And I just realized that I didn't show you my third goal. But anyways, it is unnecessary because watch this. Beautiful movement, and Maldini scores in the 90th minute to make it 4-2. And with that, it is official. Lazio is finally picking up a trophy right here. The Coppa Italia has been won. I'm very happy with this, but we got to keep going. Despite winning the Coppa Italia though, we only finished in the 6th position with 68 points, miles away from Juventus. We have to improve and get better, but I believe through winning the Coppa Italia, we qualify for Europa League. Initially, we would be in a Conference League, but since we have won it, we should be up there alongside AS Roma. At least I'm kind of hoping. In terms of top scorers, this time, no one is up there. Okay, Castellanos has 20, Pizarro has 16. Nice to see him grow alongside Castellanos at this stage. And in terms of assists, we have Karabek up there. Nice. The squad itself is looking pretty good if you ask me. 87 and 80 up top, Maldini on an 85, Karabek as well. Conceição up to an 88, Varela 87, Eki Fernandez looks solid, Calafiori is a beast back there alongside Quaresma. Gila is the next one we have to replace with Simic, of course. Veliz has grown a little bit. We have some good players. Rovella is just a bench player at this stage, which is crazy, and of course, the same goes for Viti right here. We do have some decent backups. Mandas has gone up to an 80 rating at this stage. And when it comes to the centre-back, 82. A +5 for Giancarlo Simic. I'm very excited to have him back next season. I'm going to have to sell Gila for this. And so now Gila is being moved on to, I believe, Liverpool for 96 million. Okay, this season after, we came back with a revenge. Lazio have won the league title with 84 points. That is what we wanted to see, my friends. Finally, our team is consistently winning trophies. Coppa Italia last season, and now this one. But as we go into Coppa Italia, you'll realize we weren't part of it this time. When we look at the Super Cup, well, we did win that. Congratulations. But Europa League... we won that one as well. Lazio beats Lille in the Europa League finale. And in this competition, our top player has been Castellanos. The Crespo regen, so to say, is doing an incredible job alongside Pizarro. Karabek comes up with 10 goal contributions 11 from Conceição. So maybe Gila was holding us back. Simic has already gone up to an 86 and the entire team looks just insane. I cannot wait to use it again. Pizarro up to an 86 at this stage, man. The bench is looking solid. I can't believe Rovella just sat on the bench, but I'm so excited to use this team again and go into gameplay because something in my mind clicked lately, and that's about the passing play in this game. I've been playing it as if this is FC25. And in FC26, the passing play is so good. I gotta utilize it more. And it's one of the best ways to overcome the AI. This team is going to do really well for me in a couple of matches. Overall, Pizarro, top scorer with 31, and also Castellanos, actually. And now Lazio have won the Serie A title with 100 points. No losses, unbeaten. I didn't play a single game, which showcases that we have possibly built one of the best teams we ever did in the Serie A in any of my rebuilds. This is incredible. You're watching history right here. Super Cup belongs to Lazio against AS Roma. Coppa Italia belongs to Atalanta. They beat us in the finale. But in the Champions League, well, things are a bit different over there, aren't they? We have finished in the 3rd position in the league phase. In around the 16, we beat AS Monaco. Quarterfinals, it was AS Roma, which I'm very happy to see. We have been able to have a derby up there. The semi-finals, it was against Man City. 5-4. We go through as another Italian team is beaten in Inter. And Liverpool is now our opponent in the Champions League final. And they have, obviously, some great players. Alexander Isak, top scorer for them. Diao has joined them from Como. Wirtz is still there. Arda Güler. Oh my god, bro. What a signing. What a freaking signing. Giovanni Leoni up to a 78 at this stage. I just wanted to check it out. That 78 wouldn't be able to handle the 92 of Castellanos, the 89 of Pizarro, the 90 on Maldini, 91 on Karabek. We have Conceição on a 92, Varela and Fernandez looking incredible. And we have Calafiori, Simic and Quaresma all above a 90, including Cabril. So we have truly done an incredible job with this Lazio team. And of course, we have brought back those legends just in a different form. We brought back the formation and all of it has worked massively into our favor. In the stats, Castellanos, Pizarro. There's going to be a battle for the Ballon d'Or. I'm assuming Castellanos is going to get it. We have 42 goal contributions from Conceição. We have 16 and 18 from Maldini, 14 and 5 from Karabek. I love this team. I can't wait to use it now. And as we go into this game, I'm going to showcase to you exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to the whole passing play thing, right? So it is a bit of a rainy pitch, so it might be a bit different on the rainy conditions. But I feel like this is something I really didn't pay enough attention to. Are you seeing this? Castellanos! 3 minutes in, we're scoring on the highest difficulty, and he wants his Ballon d'Or. Pizarro gets the assist, but that's what I meant. The passing play is huge, especially if you have 2 strikers up top. It is so much easier to score on this game than when you only have 1 player. So, in my opinion, if you guys are playing career mode, make sure to go for a 2-striker formation. It makes life so much easier, and make sure your cam actually is a playmaker or a shadow striker. And we're going to switch this over to the right. The touch is immaculate. The cross is great. The header is not. But wait. Karabek! It's 2-0! Pavel Nedved basically has just scored his goal. It's just 11 minutes of play, and we are ruining Liverpool in a way that even I didn't expect. Watch this. See this? This is football, my friends. Exceptional stuff. Conceição. Whoop. And Pizarro is through. Oh, I nearly scored a header. That would have been something. Wait for this. Varela. Long shot. Horrible. Are you seeing this, man? It's 3-0. It is Pizarro getting his moment in this finale as well after picking up an assist at least. The Chilean is showcasing his strength and also his calves right there. The entire team is just showcasing their calves, I guess. And obviously now that we are 3-0 up after just one half of football in a Champions League finale against Liverpool, we have to discuss the whole difficulty situation on this game, which seemingly has gotten a bit too easy as we go 4-0 up after 47 minutes with Castellanos getting his 9th goal contribution, or 9th goal, I should say, in the Champions League. EA has acknowledged that there is an issue with the difficulty on this game. It is too easy. Even when you turn the sliders all the way up for the AI, they just don't perform as well as they used to in FC 24 and 25. So hopefully they can fix that, because I actually want this game to be more challenging. Why did I not do this before, man? I'm actually sick. 5-0. He has to win the Ballon d'Or. Oh, 5-1. Isak wants a part of this. Oh, crossbar on top of it. Could have been 5-2, but who cares about what could have been? Because Lazio have now become Champions League winners for the first time ever. So the city of Rome is now covered in light blue. Lazio, you've done it. Congratulations. All the trophies are now in your cabinet. And yes, the Ballon d'Or goes to Castellanos 2030. He has won it. Congratulations to him, and of course, his entire Lazio side who have supported him in that. It was so much fun rebuilding this team based on one of their best squads in the past. So if you guys want to see more of that, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Take care and peace.